Many Nigerians are still shocked after fresh political conversations started spreading about a possible quiet connection between former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai and Peter Obi ahead of the 2027 election. And right now, the tension inside political circles is becoming very serious. What is even making people talk more is the fact that some politicians who once stood on opposite sides now appear to be speaking in ways that are creating fresh suspicion across the country. Many Nigerians now believe that something big may already be happening quietly behind the scenes. And this is why many people are paying very close attention to every statement coming from major political figures. Now listen carefully, because this matter is becoming more interesting every single day. Not long ago, El-Rufai made comments supporting stronger election transparency and electronic transmission of results. And immediately, many Nigerians connected those comments to positions that Peter Obi and his supporters have been talking about since the last election. The moment that happened, political observers started asking questions. Some people said this may just be about democracy and election reforms, while others believe this could be a sign that new alliances are slowly forming ahead of 2027. And if you are enjoying this update already, kindly like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because more serious political stories are still coming. You do not want to miss any updates as Nigeria moves closer to another major election season. Now, one thing Nigerians understand very well is that politics in this country can change suddenly. Somebody who was once very close to power can wake up one morning and become one of the loudest critics of the same system. That is exactly why many people are watching El-Rufai carefully now. Remember, this is a politician who played a strong role in the APC structure for many years. So when he speaks in ways that appear different from the ruling political direction, Nigerians naturally begin to ask deeper questions. At the same time, Peter Obi continues to remain one of the strongest opposition voices in Nigeria today. Whether people support him or not, one thing nobody can deny is that he still has a very active support base, especially among young Nigerians. Many people still follow his speeches, his interviews, and his economic views very closely. So when his name begins appearing beside somebody like El-Rufai in political conversations, the entire country pays attention immediately. Now imagine this kind of situation carefully. You have a northern political strategist with strong connections across many regions, and then you also have a politician with strong support among youths and urban voters. Once these kinds of names begin entering the same discussion, tension will naturally rise across political camps. This is exactly what Nigerians are witnessing right now. Some people are even saying that the 2027 election may become less about political parties and more about alliances and survival. Because right now, many politicians are already calculating where power may move next. Quiet meetings may already be happening. Political discussions may already be taking place behind closed doors. And remember, in Nigerian politics, not every important conversation happens publicly. This is why social media has become very active in recent weeks. Different reports, different opinions, and different political theories are spreading everywhere. Some people believe opposition politicians are already trying to build a stronger coalition. Others believe certain powerful figures inside the ruling structure are becoming uncomfortable about the future. And another group believes Nigeria may witness one of the biggest political realignments in many years. If you have been following Nigerian politics for a long time, you already know that this is how major political shifts usually begin. At first, it starts with small comments. Then people begin noticing unusual meetings. After that, former rivals start speaking respectfully about each other. Before you know it, a new political movement is born. And honestly, many Nigerians are already seeing those early signs. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe, because the information coming out recently is becoming more interesting every day, and you need to stay updated on everything happening inside Nigeria's political space. Now, another thing making this story more serious is the economic hardship many Nigerians are currently facing. Let us be honest. A lot of citizens are frustrated about the rising cost of living, fuel prices, food inflation, and general economic pressure. Because of this situation, politicians know very well that voters may behave differently in 2027 compared to previous elections. This is why every political camp is already trying to reposition itself. Some politicians are trying to reconnect with the people. Some are trying to rebuild their public image. Others are trying to form stronger partnerships quietly. And many Nigerians are watching all these developments very closely. Now, let us also look at another important side of this matter. One major reason Peter Obi still remains politically relevant today is because many supporters see him as somebody who talks constantly about accountability, production, and economic management. Whether people agree with him fully or not, his message continues to attract attention across different groups. On the other hand, El-Rufai is known as somebody with strong political calculation and strategic thinking. Even his critics admit that he understands Nigerian political structures very well. So once people began hearing discussions connecting both names politically, tension naturally increased. Some APC supporters believe the opposition is simply trying to create media drama early before campaign season officially begins. But opposition supporters believe certain powerful political figures are already preparing for major political changes ahead of 2027. This disagreement is exactly why online political debates have become very intense recently. Right now, Nigerians are analyzing every speech carefully. Every interview is being examined. Every political movement is being discussed online. Every meeting is creating rumors. And honestly, this tension may continue increasing as the election period gets closer. Now think about this carefully. If opposition parties eventually decide to unite strongly, the political atmosphere could change completely. But at the same time, forming alliances in Nigerian politics is never easy. Different ambitions, different interests, and different political calculations can create problems very quickly. This is why many analysts believe the next 2 years will be full of negotiations, silent discussions, and unexpected political friendships. And one thing is very important here. Nigerians themselves are becoming more politically aware now. Many citizens no longer just listen to campaign promises alone. People are asking harder questions about governance, security, jobs, electricity, fuel prices, and economic survival. This growing political awareness is also putting pressure on politicians across all parties. Again, if you are enjoying this political gist, kindly like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your opinion in the comments section, because your voice matters in this national conversation. Now let us talk about another reason why this issue is creating tension. Northern political influence remains very important in presidential elections. This is one reason why conversations involving El-Rufai always attract serious national attention. Many observers believe that no major presidential candidate can ignore northern political calculations completely. So once people started discussing possible understanding or political closeness between El-Rufai and Obi, many political camps became uncomfortable immediately. Some people believe this is only speculation. Others believe there may already be quiet discussions happening. But one thing is certain, Nigerians are paying attention. And in politics, public attention itself can change everything. Sometimes a rumor becomes so powerful that politicians are forced to respond publicly. Sometimes political pressure pushes leaders into making new decisions. Sometimes public conversations create alliances that nobody expected originally. That is why this entire matter continues getting bigger online. At the same time, Nigerians should also understand that politics is full of strategy. Politicians may support certain ideas publicly without necessarily forming official alliances. Sometimes, leaders simply agree on one national issue without becoming political partners. This is also possible in this situation. But because the political atmosphere in Nigeria is already very tense, many people are interpreting every statement politically. And honestly, this tension may continue for a long time. Now let us look deeper into what may happen moving forward. If economic hardship continues, opposition parties may gain stronger public sympathy. But if the government improves economic conditions significantly before 2027, political calculations could change again. Nigerian politics changes very quickly depending on public mood. This is why politicians are already moving carefully. Nobody wants to make costly mistakes early. Nobody wants to lose public support. Nobody wants to appear politically weak. And this pressure is making political discussions more serious every week. Some Nigerians are also saying that younger voters may play a bigger role in the next election. Remember, social media influence is becoming stronger in Nigerian politics. Online conversations now shape public opinion very quickly. One interview can trend nationwide within minutes. One political statement can dominate headlines for days. This is another reason why politicians are being very careful with their words now. Every sentence matters. Every public appearance matters. Every alliance matters. And every political signal matters. Now, another interesting thing is how different regions are already beginning to calculate possible voting patterns. Political strategists are studying demographics, youth participation, economic frustration, and regional interests very carefully. Behind the scenes, political camps are likely preparing for one of the most competitive elections Nigeria has seen in recent history. And this is exactly why stories like this continue gaining attention across the country, because Nigerians know something important may already be developing quietly. Many citizens also believe that the next election will not only be about personalities, but also about national direction. People want to know who can improve the economy, who can reduce hardship, who can strengthen institutions, and who can unite the country better. These are serious national questions now, and every politician knows voters are paying attention closely. One thing that keeps returning in these discussions is election credibility. Many Nigerians still talk strongly about transparent elections and proper result transmission. Because of past controversies, any politician speaking about election transparency immediately attracts attention from voters across different political groups. This is another reason why El-Rufai's comments generated so much discussion online. People immediately connected those statements to larger political conversations already happening nationwide. And since then, speculation has continued growing. Now let us be realistic. Nigerian politics can surprise everybody at any time. Some politicians who look powerful today may lose influence tomorrow. Some politicians people ignore today may suddenly become major national figures tomorrow. That unpredictability is one reason politics in Nigeria remains extremely interesting. And as 2027 gets closer, expect more tension. Expect more meetings. Expect more strategic speeches. Expect more political rumors. Expect more realignments. Because every major political camp is already thinking seriously about the future. And Nigerians themselves are becoming more involved in political discussions than ever before. People are talking politics inside buses, markets, offices, campuses, and online spaces every single day now. That alone shows how important the next election may become for the country.